This is the X&C Podcast, your Xbox newscast, featuring Colteastwood and Mag, hosting industry interviews and gaming talk live on YouTube every Monday night at 5 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. For all of you listening around the world, X&C Podcast is available on demand on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Welcome to the show. Join the chat, hit the like button, and let's get into this week's topics with the Xbox newscast. What's going on? No, hey, what's going on? It's the X&C. What's going on?
Back.
What's going on?
It's good to be back.
It's good to have you.
Fuck back.
Oh my gosh, welcome to the XC Podcast episode.
This.
I do miss a little bit of the, what do you call it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gaz gets on the show, he goes, oh my gosh, you're bald. I'm like, I've always been bald, but I am like super bald
That's
today.
what Xbox has done to him.
Yeah.
Xbox has murked this guy's hairline.
I was in the bathroom going,
Seriously, what happened to your hair?
oh yeah. Yeah, wrong guard, but no, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. That's all right. You should see the rest of me, bro. Yeah.
Oh shit. The sand dunes.
Sand dunes, bro. Episode 221. We've been doing this show for a while, and it's because of you.
221.
It's because of
221
you.
episodes of Colteastwood sucking Phil Spencer's.
And now, it's Mike Ybarra. It's because of you. It's because of you. You're the one who like, you're going to start the show on this day, May 10th, or whatever you said. I think it was May 10th.
8th?
May 10th.
Oh, 8th, 10th.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you said you're going to do it this
I'm sorry,
coming
chat,
Monday.
for what I've done. What I created. Create a monster.
And my first time on camera was on your show. And in the middle of it, my wife brought me a Quiznos sandwich, and I turned off my camera to eat a sandwich. And I was like standing over to my desk like this. I can't do it. I can't do it. It'll get clipped. But I'm eating the sandwich and it's pouring stuff all over the place. And you guys started laughing while the show was going. Laughing. And I thought that my mic or my camera was still going. But when I turned off my camera, it switched everybody on Game On Daily. And I was like mortified, like, oh my gosh. And I was pigging out. Just lardation. How are you?
Lardation. I'm good, man. I got my house back, if you noticed. I feel free.
You can
sequestered like I can talk shit in this house. I had like her family next door. I had my mum next door in my freaking bedroom. I just couldn't even. Hi there, guys. Let's talk about gaming. It's nice, isn't it? Now I can fucking do whatever the I want. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Like you can start making content.
Delete Joseph Tilley's. No, man. Why you delete it? Shucking Joseph Tilley. You can suck my. Where are you, Joseph? Hey, Joseph. Why are you sitting there watching, you little bitch? Yeah. That's right. Spectate, bitch.
I don't even know.
Demonetized.
I go to look at my topics list. I'm like, this isn't how we do the show. We don't go, okay, let's start with topic number 1 here on the X&C Podcast, here running at 3 p.m. Pacific time.
What is this, Reforge Gaming? Come on, man. Actually, have to entertain people, man.
Let's entertain them. Oh, let's break the ice. You don't play games, so
not anymore.
Yeah,
Xbox is dead.
Today we're going to talk about Xbox being dead. Mike Ybarra. We're going to talk about a big buyout because you've got some really good insight on it. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of arguments that are having online about gaming and where it's ridiculous, where it isn't. This can be a really good show. But before we do that, I finished Borderlands the other day, 90 hours. ended up kind of being a disappointment by the end because it kind of just fizzled out. But glad I played it. What have you been playing, guys? What have you been doing?
Oh man, so this year's been really spotty for me in terms of gaming because of all the shit that's happening. My own business, bought out a law firm. That was fucking crazy. So that settled down. House stuff, crazy. Still got housework going from my house now, but that was crazy. And yeah, I've just been playing all sorts. I was on a Friday with the Salt Shakers teaching it's Alex how to play Halo. Shit, kid. That was fun. Shout out to the Salt Shakers. And I've been playing everything, and my backlog is massive. And I've got, 2 weeks. Well, less than 2 weeks. 10th of October. It's going to be a beautiful time. As we got Battlefield, baby. Oh. I can't wait for that. I'm excited about Battlefield 6. That's going to be sick. I've played so much off the beta. And that's going to be coming out soon. And also the big one is, for me, I think it's going to be I'm hoping it's going to be, and I'll be disappointed if it's not, the Zeitgeist, which is Arc Raiders, which is another multiplayer game. I've been kind of starving of good multiplayer games that really kind of held on. But before I do, Cole, I've got so many games to complete. I've lifted my boycott of Microsoft now that they started doing some stuff, so I can finish Indiana Jones and get resub to Game Pass. I can, bruv, I have so many games. Death Stranding 1 I still haven't completed. Don't even talk to me about Red Dead Redemption. You're gonna, Cole, I'm gonna do one game at a time. I say that, but then I've been playing Donkey Kong. It's fucking amazing. I'm just playing that now. Playing Smash Bros with my friend in Paris. Julian Bardakov, he's a celebrity in Paris, actually. I went there to see him last week, the week before, and it's just people like, hey, Julian, merci, thank you. Thank you for what? You just named some Pokemon, you But anyways, random shit. Paris Lily, I beat the shit out of Paris Lily in San Diego. He's a little bitch. We just inject steroids like that. Nah, he's actually really nice. Really nice to meet him. Had nice food with him.
I heard he's 4'1".
Some weird food. I came in and saw his size. I was like, oh damn! I'm gonna need a knife or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
I take back everything I said.
I didn't. I never took back anything I said. But yeah, Paris was like, okay, guess. Yeah, you're legit. Yep. What you see is what you get. I'm like, yep. ADHD can't control it, but Paris is really nice. We were just kicking it, talking about all random shit. Basically, the meeting with Paris Lily was about all the people he wants to beat the shit out of. And he will. I'm not even joking. It was a long list of ponies, man. And I was like, I would pay to watch this happen. There's so many, some of them are my friends, but the other ones,
my gosh. Yeah.
What? You know who it is.
Paris and I had a brief conversation about a classified listing of names of people who have, jumped in our mentions and have talked
You
smack.
talked to him as well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were talking about it. He said, if I see such and such, I'm going to choke him out.
He will be the I was like, please just let me be there when this happens. I want to see it. Yeah. Oh, look. He just put his head in between. You know that meme, the guy goes, he just grabs the guy, like Tyrese from the back of the head. Yeah, you call your mama. You call out to your mama. That's literally what I see Paris Lily as doing. He's a force. He's a force.
There definitely are some people in the community who just they want to rattle. They want to just rattle cages, and they just aren't ready for it. I don't know. I'd love to meet some of these guys in real life and just shake their hands and just smile. I would love that.
Paris is the Suge Knight of gaming.
Yep.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true. Hey, thanks. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
So, great times.
Me, Cole? Did you have fun with Mag?
Yeah, no, we're having a really good time. It's been really good. Yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah. How's he like? Because he's like Two-Face when he's on Mooch's podcast. He sucks PlayStation's cock, but he's here. He's like, oh, yeah, you like it? Yeah, yeah, Mooch. Yeah, fucking.
There is something about the Crossfire podcast. So when you get over there, I mean, you're surrounded by certain people sometimes.
Ponies.
Certain people. Yeah, there are certain people, and we've like some of our good friends in the community are like buddying up with some of these people. There are people in this community that will hate you, wish you dead.
Yeah.
Want to end your career at your regular job until Until, Gaz, you start worshiping PlayStation, and now they're your best friend. They want to do podcasts with you. They want to like collaborate with you because they're like, oh my gosh, he loves PlayStation now. Oh, now I can forgive everything I ever said about him, everything I've tried to do.
Dog.
Yeah. Oh, it's
D-Batch.
ridiculous.
Every other pony. MBG.
Yeah,
Reforged.
BT Maverick says
Mag
Mag sucks on the PlayStation here as well. Like he plays the majority of his games on PlayStation.
Mag, you're forgiven. If he's consistent, I don't give a shit. That's good.
I was talking to Fonz about that before the show, and he goes, Gaz is one of those guys, no matter where he is, no matter what podcast he's in, he's still the same a-hole, and he still hates the same crap. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Yeah. But when, birds of a feather, when you get around a bunch of certain types of people, you can, I've been on Weapon Wheel podcast or some other like very strong.
You've been on Weapon Wheel?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You've been on Weapon Wheel?
And they were like, "Oh my gosh!"
Ass.
They're like, "Oh my gosh, you're criticizing Xbox? Like you didn't love Recore?" I'm like, guys, like you only listen like those. These are the people that say. There's people that say. Colt's video when he told Xbox we need to have a talk. That was his best video he's ever made. It's like you don't even care about anything except when it like lines up with your agenda about how Xbox is dead. Mike Ybarra.
Shout out to Hoggy Chatty. He was on Fonz's show. What the fuck was that about? That was brilliant.
Let's get into the Mike Ybarra Hargeet thing because we've been friends with Hargeet for years. And Hargeet has a couple epic rants where he has gone off about the state of gaming. And one of them was about a year ago. He was like, stop it, Xbox. What are you doing? You're putting your games on PlayStation. Stop it. Stop it. And he said it over and over.
Hargeet? Huh? You don't say that to anymore. No, stop it. And now you want us to erase that memory? Fucking that was the real Hargeet. And then you join C Money and Doodle and start fucking sucking off Xbox 24/7. So lame. Someone who bought in their channels. But
looking it up.
But yeah, man, it's like, come on, man. Like, bruh, like, Huggy.
So I was on that show, and I think you were watching as well because you just wrapped yours. And I was like, this, oh my gosh. Because he was saying, F you, F off, you B. Oh my gosh.
I thought it was very extra, and it was a bit uncomfortable to watch, but at the same time, one thing I really liked about Huggy, what he said was, listen, the only ones that come out after are politicians and corporate suits. And I was like, that is brilliant. That is a brilliant, I don't abide by that. I laser everybody. In the space of 5 minutes, I've lasered about 15 people on this show, but he keeps it legit. He's a chilled guy, but he'll aim his laserage at politicians and corporate guys, as long as they don't work for Xbox. Previous ex-Xbox people. Mike Ybarra has been pissing people off a lot. A lot of people might be chatting or wondering what the hell is going on YouTube. What the fuck
let's reset. Let me reset Mike Ybarra in a 2-minute summary. Mike Ybarra, former VP of Xbox, worked alongside Phil with the launch of the Xbox One X and the Xbox Series consoles, helped build Game Pass and helped usher in Quick Resume and a bunch of stuff. Big player but also kind of a problem person. I had heard many times that executives that are the leaders, like you said in your spaces today, had problems with Mike. He was kind of he was called like the high school bully in the office, talk down to people.
Oh, yeah.
He's a really smart guy, so he, probably puffs his chest a lot. And I got to meet him in 2019, and yeah, he's
what was he like?
I got to meet him in 2019.
For once in your fucking life, be honest. Was he nice or was he a dick? Because you've told me of a lot of dickheads you've met.
Yeah, I mean, he was nice. He was on RDX podcast as a guest, and he was frequently in the chat, like lively in the chat for about a month or two. So I went up and introduced myself. Hey, I'm Colt. I'm on RDX podcast, which you've been on. And it took him like several minutes to because people meet all kinds of people. It took him several minutes to put all that together. But I didn't really talk to him. But Mike Ybarra was kind of pushed out of Xbox. He had an infamous tweet where he said that we should tip developers more money because they deserve it. And he had one where he was something where he was complaining about Destiny and Anthem and stuff, and just kind of rubbed people the wrong way. Well, he went to work for Blizzard, and let me speed it up because that could go forever. He went to work for Blizzard to kind of get when he got away from Xbox, and then Xbox acquired Blizzard like the next month. And so he's now working for Phil again, and he's like, and then
they fired him. And then they fucking fired him again. So if anyone has any reason to be mad, it's freaking thingy. It's freaking Mike Ybarra. Imagine being fired twice, not once, but twice. They went out there. Not even that. You joined another company. Your previous employer bought that company and then went out their way to fire you.
They had just given him his. They just given him his key card, and he's like, all right, and they're like, what? Dang it!
He's like, what the? I just got this job. And Mike Ybarra has reasons to be annoyed about that shit. I don't blame him, man. You know what? We'll talk about that in a bit. Xbox community will be crying about it and go, wah! But we'll talk about that in a bit.
No, I think that's a good thing to say, because there is some justification for Mike to be the what did Hargeet call him, the embittered? What was the word he used?
The bitter X or something? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Hoggy is right. There's this thing where I genuinely, I'm not even joking. I saw Mike Ybarra's tweet, and in my mind, I thought it was Tim Dog. I was like, this guy sounds just like Tim Dog. He literally has a freaking broken Tim Dog.
What he did is he has that old worn out of his mouth. He has that old worn out, like it looks like those old worn out thesauruses, but it's like the pony playbook, and he goes. Yeah, and there's like a Kratos, like there's an angry Ellie profile picture. It's like, your console is dead. Yeah, I'll use that one. Use that
one. So yeah, someone was arguing with him, and he just replied with, "Your console is dead." And really, I understand Mike Ybarra's position, because I actually agree with him on a few points. I agree with him about this whole strategy of Xbox. Yes, fair enough. It's more forward-facing, but it's born out of failure. And he was citing the fact that PlayStation are the best-selling hardware. Like, they're doing the best, like record-breaking profits. Their hardware is selling amazingly well, and I see that carrying. I feel like that will peak, actually not this gen, but next gen with the PS6 and the handheld. They're gonna go in so hard on that hardware. You will see them just really blow it out of the water with the next console, and then after that, it's gonna be fair game. In fact, in the next gen,
fair
I reckon
games.
In the middle. Fair games. In the middle of the next gen, you'll see PlayStation really start to open up this whole idea of exclusivity and stuff on PC, cutting the whatever. But at the same time, look, Mike Ybarra has said a few things. I don't know, the Xbox community now has retrofitted, morphed into this new form of Xbox, and you fuck. Anyway. But this whole thing about beyond consoles, beyond exclusives, don't even do it. I will molest you in your own podcast right now if you dare say shit like exclusivity's dying, it's good for everyone. Don't you dare. And if you say that here,
hold on. That is you are allowed to call me out on that one, because there's a two-prong approach with me saying exclusivity is dying or dissolving and everyone will benefit from it. The reason, number one, Gaz, is there is no stopping this train. There is no convincing Satya and Phil to go back and have exclusives. There is nothing you can do. I could cry, I could complain, I could rally, I could do a what? I don't know
no
what
one is saying it can be reversed, but that doesn't mean you pretend that it's a good thing.
But the other prong approach to saying that statement is it's like fire ants in the butt crack of PlayStation fans who do not want their games to go anywhere. Yeah, well, I mean, basically, it's trolling behind the inevitable. It is the inevitable. PlayStation will put some of their games on Xbox, and I will continue to say exclusivity is dissolving, and games and franchises and gamers will benefit from it because it pisses off the sensitive PlayStation only fans.
You don't believe it, but you don't actually believe it.
I do believe it. I do believe it'll benefit gamers. 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 I do believe it'll I want you to fight me on this. I do believe it'll benefit gamers, and I do believe that it will benefit franchises that are going to see more health in more sales. But you are totally allowed to fight me on this because you've been yelling at me behind the scenes for a long time.
And in front of the scenes, but yeah, I was going to say this. Look, okay, fine. Bro, look, the whole thing, there's a whole freaking documentaries about this. Colin Murray. Why did you let that piece of shit freaking Rachel? He was obviously talking about you, and then you go in Walston in his thread. Well, actually, I'm like, you prick, it's set up for you. He set the bait up for you, and you took it. You idiot. You know what? Part of me loved it. I'm like, there you go, Cole. You deserve it. And I said it in privately chat. You deserve to get lasered because we have a difference of opinion. Shall we say?
He's mad because I didn't throw a big fit like Tim Dog or other fanboys are like, I'm out of here, you know, F Xbox. I'm never buying another game again. The games have never been better.
Colin Moriarty is a horrendous piece of shit, but at the same time,
I think he's a nice guy.
He has valid points. No, he's not. But anyway, that's you don't have to share your opinion of him like I do. But
he wants me to explain why I used to say it.
No, he doesn't.
Then what does he want?
Yeah, you did. You built whole freaking graphics. We used to talk about. We loved exclusivity. Phil Spencer came out on stage and he literally made a big song. Yes, he did.
My graphics were loaded full of games that were not exclusive on Xbox. Like almost half of them before this were already on PlayStation. I know, it's crazy.
You're talking about post-buyout. You're talking about post-buyout stuff and legacy games that came out on their PlayStation. But
I mean, they put out
it was always about exclusives. Colt, do not retrofit history.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Absolutely, you're right. Because that's what the industry was. Full stop. The industry was Xbox has exclusives, but they don't have very many. But now they're finally going to put their games out, and PlayStation has exclusives. Nintendo. That was the reality. And he's like, that doesn't explain your cheerleading. Colin, that was the reality before Phil goes, it's just 4 games. That was the reality. Like, what do you want me to do? I can't change the reality. I've had that conversation with lots of people, and they're like, listen, what do you do?
I've come to terms with the reality that is gaming today and the landscape today, but I think it's a massive shame that exclusivity has disappeared. I think a big part of competition now dwindles, and now you're talking about this whole platform agnostic, you know, the titles will compete with each other bollocks, and it really does drop the bar quite a bit where you had galvanized platform holders really competing on a one-to-one level. And Xbox faltered ultimately, which is why this whole strategy is born out of it. And Mike Ybarra is talking about that. Mike Ybarra says, look, they failed. Why did Xbox bother with the Series X and S if they were give up anyway? They've raised their prices to ridiculous amounts, almost to the point where they basically don't want you to buy it because they're making so much of a loss per console. And they've got their primary audience with PlayStation now, so it's obvious. And when Mike Ybarra, he sounds like a jilted lover. Fair enough, it's obvious, and it's funny, and you will have all your PlayStation zealots go out there and quote tweet him, and that's fair enough. They will do that. But at the same time, I think Mike Ybarra does come from a position of sincerity. It rubs Xbox guys the wrong way.
He doesn't come at it from a position of sincerity. He comes at it from a position of, I'm right. I know better than some of the fanboys. That's the position he's taking.
You had one of the founders, that lady who was instrumental in the creation of Xbox, call it out. That's quite a big deal. You've had Mike Ybarra call it out.
Yeah, that's true.
You've had other
and
you've had other people say the same thing. I genuinely think it. Look, the only way this strategy, Xbox, it all boils down to execution. What Xbox is going to do for the next Xbox console is very exciting on paper, because they're going to finally bridge the gap between PC and it's the same thing we were talking about. It's the same thing like Mutahar was talking about. The one thing Xbox needs to do that no competitor can do is bridge the gap, making it entry-level PC, because PC gaming is massive. No matter what people say, you see Steam, you see indie developers and game the GDC with fill out these basically saying like 80%, 90% rise in PC. PC is the platform. This is where the future is at. So Xbox is the only one that can really bridge the gap between giving you the ease of use of console, bringing an entry-level PC to everyone. Now, whether or not Xbox actually executes this properly, I have no faith in them. Really, I just want to see how exciting that is. That's the only way I feel like Xbox can make a compelling bit of hardware, irrespective of their lack of exclusivity, that would still compete. because it'll give something to PlayStation to worry about on a hardware level, because now they've got someone, even though their games are appearing on their platform, that has now. Imagine the next Xbox. It's just theoretically next Xbox hybrid console starts doing really well in a market that never even existed, like Middle East and Far East Asia, and backed in Europe and other countries because it's an entry-level PC. Oh yeah, new kids were like, oh, well, hold on a minute, I can stream on this properly. I have OBS built in, I've got Steam built in, everything, and it works. Imagine this next Xbox hybrid console actually works, does what the 360 did, pulls eyes on it, and then I can say, you know what? Fuck exclusivity. Well, not fuck exclusivity because that's hardware. But anyway, still, I will say Xbox did something in the hardware space. Then Mike Ybarra will look like, okay, you know, the console's dead. But Xbox killed it for the future vision. So this is Xbox thing could actually work if, and that's a massive if. I don't even believe whether or not this is going to happen. This whole Xbox platform agnostic UI thing starts really catching up with the next hybrid console. But I saw a clip of Sarah Bond just the other week. She was interviewing someone else from the Xbox, and she was like, "Oh, when you play your game, you're like, you're not on console though, are you? No, you're a PC, right? You're on PC." I don't know who sent that clip.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? You're talking like the Xbox is like a curse, like it's a leper or something." It's like, yeah, you're definitely not on console. Xbox console guys who have to come to terms with the fact that they're being treated like third-class citizens, and they've repeatedly been slapped around. And I just feel like Mike Ybarra recognizes that. And that's my view. I share it with him. But he sounds like he really is salty at Microsoft for many other reasons.
He is really ticked off that he wanted Phil to push. Phil said in 2018, we're going to buy these world-class studios. We're going to build, because in the Xbox One era, they only had Fable, Gears, and Forza studios. That's all they had. Those were their only in-house studios. And so when Phil said, we're going to buy and we're going to build a world-class suite of studios, Mike Ybarra said back then, there's no way Phil's going to buy somebody big. There's no way. He doesn't understand. Like, if you're going to do this, you need to go buy big publishers, big studios, and he'll never do it. But in the end, when Mike Ybarra left, Phil did. He bought Bethesda ZeniMax, and then he bought ABK and Blizzard, which was gigantic. And so he has this resentment, and I understand the resentment he has. And when you were saying, like, maybe Xbox can come up with this new generation console, it's a hybrid, and it'll recapture, like, the 360, no, Gaz, it won't. Like, Xbox knows that they have effed up so bad that over the past 12 years, their dwindling consumer base on console is so small that they are going to see a half-life with the consoles. They're going to top out at 40 million series consoles this generation, and next generation they're going to top out or somewhere around 20 million. So what Xbox is going to do is make that console $800 or $700 or more, so they never lose a dime every time they sell it to the paltry amount of people that are going to buy in next generation. But the other thing about the console,
so who's that primary audience? Based on what you've just said,
their primary audience are the people who have continued to stick with Xbox over the years. See Marvel 360 in the chat.
You've just said there's 20 million. You just said the number's gone in half. So the primary audience is where the people are buying the games, and that's PlayStation. It's not Xbox.
No, their primary audience is going to stick with. See Marvel in the chat said about 20 minutes ago, we've invested all this time and money in the Xbox platform. There's so many people, and I think about 20 million plus, that are going to say, I'm not going anywhere. The hybrid console will allow me to buy my Steam games or Epic games, plus keep my console library and keep investing with my friends and my achievements and all that crap. There's a very small segment of that market. Xbox knows consoles are niche. Yoshida said it. Sean Layden said it. Phil Spencer said it. Consoles are niche. They make up 25% of the gaming market revenue in the world. So what they're doing is they're making the best off of that. What Xbox has said that PlayStation won't. Xbox says, all right, we owe an obligation to the console user base. They have their games. If we can't give them a way to bring their games forward, we have to make the console. So they're making the console. I've been told, full stop, first-party console is coming. And then I can't say who said this. Someone said, there is no OEM console. That would come after Xbox first-party console. So 2027 is an actual Xbox console. And Xbox's approach is, we're going to sell the console and keep that market satiated. We're going to grow in the PC market. We're going to grow in the mobile market. And we're going to grow, like they've been doing really well, in the cloud market. All of these things will work together to make us all this revenue. And when Mike Ybarra says, your console is dead, you can't argue with him because the console is dwindling right now on Xbox. In fact, I talked to someone just before the show that's really, really into this stuff that said, the PlayStation is slightly dwindling. They're just under the PS4. And I was like, no, that's not what I've heard. I've heard that the PS5 is doing well. And he said, what he's seen is PlayStation's making more money now with the PS5 than they did with the PS4, but they're behind in sales numbers on how many units.
I mean, behind with sales number, even if they were a tiny bit
it's barely
behind in sales number of the PS4. But think about how much they're charging per console, man. Like the console prices have gone up. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's ridiculous. That is an indication that Xbox doesn't really give a shit about the console user base. I'm sorry, but they'll hold on to the dedicated few that will, pay the premium for their closed environment, pay for playing online and all of that shit. And Game Pass, that's the big one. The Game Pass, that's where their audience is at. They can't forsake console because of the Game Pass number of subscribers there. That's where you could argue makes them primary, even though that's dwindling because PC's gaining steam, no pun intended, with subscribers there as well. So that's the future of it. When Mike Ybarra says, well, the Xbox consoles are dead, it's like, as you know them, as you knew them, how the primary way of Xbox trying to build an audience, they are dead. The pricing on their main market, the US market, they've priced it at $800 is disgusting. They've got, so they don't care. They don't really care. And the moment that happened, they stuck a middle finger at a lot of the console fan base. And ultimately, I don't even blame them in that sense because, well, other than their failures, that they have to own up their failures, but the market is shifting. And Phil Spencer's repeatedly said this, PC's growing. My only thing is, what are you doing in the PC space? Because even your store sucks. You would have expected some kind of benefit, which gives me no faith, very little faith in whatever they're trying to do with the hybrid console. I'm not writing it off, but because they've got lots of money. You got Jason Ronald out there as well. Hopefully they'll learn from the lessons, but they never seem to. So I don't know what they're going to do with the hybrid console, but I'm excited for the first time in God knows how long. You've got a console market where they're barely in, or not that enthusiastically anyway, but could be a major the potential is huge, man, to really change the landscape if executed properly. And there's a lot, if you do your software integration really right, how can you pull some of these markets back? Well, you've got a lime green console controller. It's amazing. XNC podcast. Oh, right.
Yeah, this is the one I did with the Design Labs. It's almost like the Volt one. Epic Treasure wanted to see it, so.
Oh, right. I was like, why are you putting that in my face? Shout out to Epic
Dreamcast guy
in the chat. Yeah. The color does pop. But yeah, so it's a lot of Xbox guys, they're pissed off at it. That's fine. Let you guys celebrated him making that comment. Mike Ybarra loves to. He is like a jilted lover, but that doesn't belie the truth in his statements.
It is weird though. It is weird to be twice removed from Xbox. Like when he worked for Blizzard, he wasn't really working for Xbox. He was mostly working for Microsoft, and then he left. Like he's a CEO of another company. He's a millionaire. Like, why is he? When you say it sounded like a Tim Dog tweet, right?
Yeah, it did sound like a Tim Dog.
It's like, why do you care about the strength of the Xbox console? Like, Mike Ybarra already should know that the console is a niche market. PlayStation and Nintendo are dominating that market. Full stop. And this far into the digital era where 85% of the people are buying their games not on disc, you're not going to bring people over to your religion, which is the green Xbox. So you're not going to get them to buy the hardware.
The thing is, the funny thing is with Mike Ybarra, that in quick success, there's a reason why a lot of Xbox guys came after him. Wasn't just because of this tweet. Just before that, when Forza Horizon 6 was announced for being a timed exclusive, he was just like, "Oh, this is so stupid. Microsoft, is missing out on an opportunity." I also agreed with him that, I hate the exclusivity disappearing, but the reality is Xbox is third party. So all I said was, well, this is a bit of a mixed thing for Naughty Dog, because Naughty Dog, could have seen Forza Horizon 6 could be the best-selling racer ever if it released on PlayStation simultaneously. It might still do that.
Yes.
It'll release on PlayStation later. Mike Ybarra said something to that effect, by saying, like, why are you not releasing it on PlayStation? Not even entertaining the notion that maybe it's because of the development and how it works, and they haven't got a development studio to dedicate to porting the game out on PlayStation. He just went straight for the jugular, said, this is stupid.
Because he's frustrated.
Same breath, on the same day, he was excited about another PlayStation title. And then I think I saw John from Xbox era. I can never say stupid name.
Sticking with John.
Yeah, he replied with actually a good reply saying, "Hey, hold on a minute. Why are you not embracing PlayStation's not their third party? They're releasing on PC. Why are you not crying about them not releasing Ghost of Yotei day on PC as well?
Yeah.
You're worried about it on thingy." And I thought, oh, that's a decent clapback
because Mike Ybarra wants the makeup. He wants the lost ground to be made up. Like, PlayStation doesn't have to do anything. It's Xbox has to bend over backwards and do everything they can to satiate their fans, their diehard fans. I'm pretty sure that Satya and Phil know that if they were able to get a actual true poll of who really cares about exclusivity and the not third rate citizen thing, is probably a small minority. It's probably in the 30,000s or something. But Mike Ybarra is absolutely right. You and I and our friends like Fonz in the chat saying I agree. You and I agree that Forza Horizon 6 absolutely should launch on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, cloud, and everything. Day and date. It's a single player plus multiplayer game. It would have its biggest launch ever. When 5 came out in 2021, it was one of the biggest games that year. There was, I think there was 1 million people that bought the game in early access, or 800,000 that bought it. No Game Pass. And they had 7 million players in the first week or so. I remember I made a graphic about it and put it on Twitter. So that number is, I just don't remember how long that was afterwards. Anyway, it did amazing. And you and I are in agreement that Mike is right. Like, they should have that game day and date. But I'm also thinking the same as you with the logic and the reasoning. Maybe the port isn't ready. Maybe Playground Games is not doing, I put this in my video a couple days ago. Maybe Playground Games is not doing the PS5 port. Maybe Panic Button is doing it like that. I'm pretty sure they did the last port. Or maybe Playground and Xbox thought, we want to launch this thing day and date on PlayStation and Xbox and PC, but we want this game out by November 2026. And if we go on PlayStation, we're going to have to delay the whole game. And it's just time. They want to do this Halo, Gears, and Forza thing at the 25th anniversary. But Mike wasn't thinking that. All he was thinking was, my old favorite team, my old alma mater is making me look bad. I'm like, Mike, you don't work there anymore. You've been twice removed away. You don't have to hold allegiance. Like these guys who are in their 40s and they're still like, oh, yay, my college. I'm going to paint my house the colors of my college. Like, dude, you went there for 4 years. You're 40 years old now. You can move on, like something else. Like paint your house an Xbox green, like Tim did. But yeah, like he doesn't need to say this stuff. He doesn't need to. It's like corporate slave mentality in the opposite direction. And I just don't want to see Mike berated the way he does. It's almost like Mike, disabled his Twitter for a couple days after that one tweet before the one about, I think because he said the thing about Forza Horizon. He disabled his Twitter for a couple days because of the heat. And I just hate to see people do this. There's really no reason to continually go to bat for somebody you don't even work with anymore. The thing I got to ask you, because I don't want to sit here and talk for the rest of my life, there's a big difference between Mike Ybarra and someone like Sean Layden, who has been completely removed from PlayStation, but still goes to bat for them and like, Rapunzel, let down your hair when they have exclusivity and stuff. Why is that, Gaz?
I mean, look, if you're telling me us like YouTubers and gamers can be so passionate about a brand a gaming brand, bits of plastic, but the people who actually worked there, made decisions instrumental to that business's idea or Xboxes that were instrumental to it, aren't allowed to have feelings. If anyone is entitled to have any kind of emotions, it's gonna be someone like Mike Ybarra or Sean Layden, especially since Mike Ybarra got fired twice by Xbox.
Fair enough.
He's entitled to have feelings, but he's also entitled to care because they saw the work in the backdrop and had new people were instrumental perhaps in the journey that Xbox was on. And you had that lady who previously worked with on the Xbox. Really sensible lady was talking about why she does not follow Xbox. She is born out of failure, blah, blah. There's a lot of things that I was saying. And the Xbox community went feral and went after her as well. And this lady was pretty chill. She's just very scathing in her remarks, absolutely honest about it. Mm-hmm. You might say, oh, well, she hasn't worked there for ages. Why is she talking about it? And everyone does that. And everyone came after her. But she
also got much of her video was null and void 3 days later when Lisa Sue and Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond said, we have a deep partnership to put multiple Xbox hardware devices out next generation. Like everyone says, Xbox is dead. The console's dead. Xbox is dead. The Xbox Series consoles and Xbox One. Yeah, okay.
And the original guise is dead. It is dead. They're spitting in your face when they say this is an Xbox. Everything is an Xbox. Toilets is an Xbox. Huggy's face is an Xbox. Everything is an Xbox. So, like, they're literally... I don't understand this persisting brand loyalty in the console space when you're being treated like you're third class, like you're not even priority. Yeah, you're holding on to an idea of Xbox that doesn't exist anymore, and it's weird to me. I find it strange, but you're coming after. Look, I'm not saying build a shield for them. I understand their view. Mike Ybarra does sound like a jilted lover. Hargy Cheney made me crack up when he was going out there. Awkward to watch, funny to watch as well at the same time because Hargy going after politicians and suits is brilliant. But at the same time, it's just like, I agree with a lot of Mike Ybarra says. I think he's coming out from a place of being a little bit salty, or very salty. He sounds like Tim Dog. It doesn't do him any favors in terms of the manner in which he looks. But him going and saying, your console is dead.
Hold on. I got to go to bat.
It's a salty way of saying it.
Yeah, and I got to go to bat for Mike Ybarra on that. The guy responded to Mike Ybarra and said, you sound like a bitter ex, so he personally attacked Mike, and Mike came back instead of personally attacking him or putting his face on the Fable girl. He just said your console is dead. So he kind of attacked the guy's fanboyism, right? He knows that this guy is like a staunch, supporter of Xbox. He says your console is dead, which is a biting thing, but he didn't make it personal. A lot of people were telling Mike, you sound like a bitter ex. You got fired twice. You suck so bad you can't work there. Like, I can understand Mike feeling, holy crap, all these like little fans and little gaming consumers are attacking me. I should take a page out of that book.
I would do the same thing if I was Mike Ybarra. I was like, yeah, your console's dead. Just piss him off. Maybe he's having a joke. Maybe he's having a laugh. Look how much we've spent talking about this guy. And it was just like this. Mike Ybarra's like, just fed off and had a wank.
Well,
that's all he probably did.
I'm pretty sure he's like, ha ha ha. But there's also that pit of your stomach thing where he knows, gosh, there's like thousands of people who hate my guts right now and don't like me and wish that I was never in the industry or the community. And I know people always do it. They're like, ha ha ha, like they do the laughing crying emojis. Whenever you see that in the chat, like, ha ha, laughing crying emojis. But I had that meme with the laughing crying emoji is the face mask over this crying dude who's trying to hide the absolute anguish they give themselves. So we've all been there.
I don't know. I feel like Mike Ybarra's got thick skin. The manner in which he was let off the second time round, and how chilled he took it on his stride. To be honest with you, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, fair enough. He's allowed to have residual salty feelings, but at the same time, it's like, this is the Xbox community is coming at this guy. I'm like, bro, come after Satya Nadella for what he's done to the console. But you've already shifted. People have shifted to accepting it, and that's the Stockholm syndrome I'm not subscribing to. Yeah.
I mean, you and I we sat here about the Satya Nadella thing. Let us compete, and that is an immovable rock. That's an immovable bald rock that is never going to. He's never going to shift out of that. In fact, many would say
it's done. It's
done.
It's done. It's done. Yeah, it's done.
I want to talk about that.
That's why I won't cry about the whole thing. I can be salty about where the industry generally is heading, but at the same time, it's just like I've come to terms with, bro.
I mean, you and I.
All this shit made me come to PC, where I have built. Bro, my fate would be what? Resigned to those plastic boxes with off-the-shelf parts that have no power, or I've got.
I mean, you've got a 5090 build. You've got a $5,000 killer PC. It's gonna give you highest performance for 4 or 5 years, easy, right?
Yeah.
But
absolutely,
you and I disagree on a few things, and we have heated arguments behind the scenes when it comes to this type of stuff. And you don't believe that we ever landed on the moon. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not Fonz Gaming. I'm not Fonz really. Although I'm suspect on some things, but I don't know for a fact.
We have a group chat.
Was an inside job, but
yeah.
I don't have. It's true. Anyone who believes it is a moron. But yeah.
I mean, the fire took it down. But yeah, we were. We have some heated arguments behind the scenes. Paris says, talk about the people who do 3-hour podcasts saying Game Pass is bad, but then use Game Pass every day. Paris, I don't know about people who are actually using Game Pass. Maybe they are, but I think it's so funny. Yeah, it is.
PlayStation guys,
you're gonna love this, guys.
Support the devs, which is bullshit, absolute bullshit. This is one of the biggest lots of bullshit I've heard from the PlayStation community. So bad. Support the devs, and all of these guys who said support the devs are the biggest, fakest pieces of shit ever. Because if the Game Pass existed on PlayStation,
there you go.
You wouldn't hear any of this shit. You wouldn't hear. I guarantee you. I'll bet you my left testicle they wouldn't say shit.
I would bet you your left testicle. And mine. Here, let me paint the picture for you. Imagine the next state of play. PlayStation announces. I gotta come up with a word. Well, we'll just copy it. PlayStation comes out. We're pleased to announce new PlayStation Ultimate tier. All PlayStation upcoming first-party games will be included with PlayStation Ultimate for just $21 a month, including the upcoming Ghost of Yote and Wolverine and Saros are all going to be included with this service. Subscribe now. PlayStation guys would delete 1 billion tweets that Game Pass is bad, and they would sign up. And I would tell you that
100%.
Xbox Game Pass is at, I can't remember what the number is, 35 million or something. I can't remember. I don't give a crap what number it's at. As long as it provides me a great value and the games are great, I'm not going to sit there and count the popsicle sticks. But I guarantee you that PlayStation Ultimate Pass, or whatever they'd call it, no, we'll call it the PlayStation Backdoor Pass. That's what it's going to be called. That's what it'll be.
PlayStation Backdoor Pass?
Yes, that'll be that. That's the name. That's the name. PlayStation.
Sponsored by JTech.
Oh my gosh. I guarantee you that thing would be close to 50 million in a couple years in subscribers, because PlayStation has a really good offering of games. Yeah, it would be amazing. But I wanted to talk to you about that. This is an Xbox.
Now it would.
Yeah. Now they have games.
So finally, I'm actually excited about my brother's giving me his old PS5. I was like, give it to me. I will buy Ghost of, maybe not day one, but yeah, I'll buy Saros's for me day one. But yeah,
it does look good.
Paris is right. There's that whole Game Pass shtick is, yeah, fair enough. The Xbox guys laid it on thick, but let's be honest, man. Even now, I will say it's ridiculous value for money. Even now, even with the price hike, I'm like, that's like, people still talk about sustainability for it. As long as people talk about sustainability of Game Pass, that's how you know the service is good.
Yep, that's how you know it's working.
When PlayStation guys keep crying about it, you just know that it's so good that people still talk about the sustainability of it.
Here's what's hilarious about it. They've shown that it's profitable. They've shown it makes a ton of revenue, $5 million a year. They've shown it's sustainable. They've had the majority of developers and publishers say they like Game Pass. They continue to come back. So you've got all of the evidence laid out that we landed on the moon. and they're still going, we never landed on the moon. You've got all the evidence that Game Pass works, because if it didn't, Xbox would kill it.
You don't have all the evidence about 9/11 being an inside job, but
tune in for our other podcast where we're going to cover all that stuff. We'll talk about sex.
I'm going to build my house out of passports. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. So. I will say this on the Game Pass thing. I will still maintain that it's still a gamble despite the $1 trillion company backing it. And ultimately, I could see a future where Xbox does away with Game Pass if it starts to really rake in the money on PlayStation and stuff. I don't know. It's still a gamble. You need to get a lot more subscribers on there to make it viable. But the way it's going, I just see Game Pass getting more and more subscribers, man. The service is ridiculous until they do another more inevitable price hike, and then it starts to become unpalatable. Because right now, man, like you've got, I mean, what's coming out now? You've got Ninja Gaiden, you've got Outer Worlds, you've got Call of Duty, you've got all these freaking games, and then
you got like four games in a month time. You got
which is
Outer Worlds,
of the year freaking contender. Expedition 33 was on Game Pass. That's insane.
Yep.
That's
so
insane.
is Blueprints. Yep.
Blueprint, all these Game of the Year contenders. Call of Duty, Outer Worlds, freaking what's it
Ninja
called?
Gaiden.
I just mentioned
Ninja Gaiden 4.
Ninja Gaiden. That's it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
When's that coming out?
This is actually the first year where Xbox has had a consistent cadence of games from their first-party studios. They've had 12 releases. By the end of the year, they'll have 12 releases with 2 of them on PlayStation. So they've had 10 first-party games in Game Pass just in this calendar year alone. And I remember we used to argue with Fonz early in the year. He's like, Game Pass is trash this year. Gaming is trash this year in 2025. And I'm like, what are you talking about? There's tons of amazing games this year. And Game Pass has delivered some incredible things. And so I think
Game
right
Pass
now,
is killing it right now. If you
they're
say
probably
it's
looking
not
at
killing
that.
it right now, then I don't know what you're looking at, because Game Pass is killing it. It may not be for you somehow oddly. Expedition 33 may not be for you. Ninja Gaiden may not be for you. Call of Duty may not be for you. Freaking, I don't know what games you like. For Outer Worlds 2 is not for you. RPGs in there. You got freaking, well, how about shooters in there? You've got everything in there. Like it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy service. It's delivering mad. And next year is going to be insane. Next year 2026 is, I don't even know how the gaming year looks too good to be true. Too good to be true.
oh my gosh, I said
on
2026 is unmatched, and Zocker and Fonz were giving me a hard time thinking I said that Xbox was going to dominate 2026's
because you had
games.
hashtag Xbox after it, and you know exactly what you're doing, you shit. But they were actually, I know. I backed you. I backed you in the argument.
Because it was a Forza Horizon 6 post. Yeah. But anyway,
I know.
it is pretty crazy. I think actually first party next year for Xbox is just Halo, Gears, and Forza, and maybe a couple surprises. But Fonz is laughing in the chat because he knows he trolls me so hard because I'm sitting there going, like he was last night.
Fonz is so picky. Fonz is so picky. If you took Fonz to heaven, he'd be like, I guess it's all right. Could be better.
I was just waiting for something more, like that joke.
Yeah, that chick, in that interview. Yeah, I was waiting for something
Fonz would be
more.
like, he'd be at the pearly gates with like a mimosa and like a nice like Monte Cristo or something, and he'd be like, so it's like is there dessert or what? And last night we were at this heated argument when we were all supposed to be in bed. You were just getting up from bed, and we're having this heated argument about the moon landing, and I'm literally building a rocket as I'm like texting him, and I'm flying to the moon. I land on it. I'm like, I'm literally here. It can be done. And he's like, no, Colt, it's a lie. And we were having a great time. It was good. It was good.
What?
Oh, yeah. No, Fonz is right. He says, gaming is very subjective. Most games that dropped this year didn't interest me. What can I say? I have my games this year, though, that he did love. Like, it was funny because Fonz is, we love Fonz. Fonz like, this year's kind of mid. I'm like, bro, you literally had 3 of your most favorite games ever launched this year. This year's been incredible. PoE 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Borderlands 4, Expedition 33, yeah. Blueprints, which a bunch of people loved. Split Fiction, Death Stranding 2.
Shit, thanks for betraying me on that one. I still need to find. I bought that game. I have no one to play.
I know. Well, you and I have to play it because
I
stopped playing it with my son.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you stopped playing it?
We did like 3 levels, and then He's way too busy. We just haven't played.
Let's stream it.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now. I want to talk about this is an Xbox thing because a person that'll remain unnamed from Xbox hardware responded to me today and said that the Xbox ROG Ally X is the first next generation hardware device from Xbox that's out right now because it has the new AI chip. It's got the new software that is meant to be the next dashboard for, I'm adding this in, the next dashboard that will be in the next generation console that unifies storefronts and console in a way that hasn't been done before. So this whole thing about this is an Xbox has been pissing people off so bad because
Even Digital Foundry, they're pissed off.
Go for it. Yeah.
Digital Foundry said I'm going to kind of get annoyed about this as an Xbox. The next Xbox console doesn't even the Asus ROG Ally doesn't even play Xbox games natively. So how is this an Xbox?
Okay.
Which I kind of understand what Digital Foundry are saying, to be honest. But at the same time, you have to understand what Xbox is fundamentally changing. That's
absolutely
people are holding on to the old idea of Xbox. Xbox fundamentally changed. It's more ironically the Xbox ROG Ally is more of a PC device, a handheld device than a console, and that tells you everything. Chat, am I crazy for telling you the truth?
Hold on. There's so much to argue about with this because if you flip over the Xbox ROG Ally, it says gaming console on the back with all of the little writing. But what Richard Ledbetter doesn't like from Digital Foundry is that people say it's an Xbox, but Richard is stuck in the thought process that it's an Xbox console. It's not. Xbox says this is a console. I'm about to give you Xbox's official definition, and I want you to use this on social media because we're going to troll them.
No.
We're going to troll them, guys. The audience watching, we're going to troll them because there are people absolutely that hate when you use the word Xbox or you tie Xbox into something that's cool or good or highly rated or well-liked. They hate it. They want Xbox dead. They'll refer to Xbox as Microsoft. They won't ever say anything as the Xbox word at all because they have an aversion to the word. I'm sorry, I strung that out. The definition of this is an Xbox is a device that has Game Pass and Play Anywhere on it. That's it. Now, you can argue until you're blue in the face and say, it's not an Xbox then. It's not an Xbox then. Stop it. It's not. Stop it. It's not an X. Stop it. It's not an Xbox. Yes, it is. You're supposed to say it's not an Xbox console. And then I'll say, yep, you're right. But just tell them it's 100% an Xbox because it plays Game Pass and it has Play Anywhere. And that's from Xbox themselves. And guess what? They're going to be pissed because they hate the name Xbox being tied to something that is well-liked. That's it.
I understand one side of the argument, whereas the Xbox guys are like, obviously born out of whatever the Xbox is doing. But the Xbox can't define what an Xbox is. I don't understand this whole argument about your definition then just reigning supreme. Xbox have obviously changed tact. They've blown the idea. They literally had an ad campaign saying this is an Xbox. As much as I hate it, but they're basically saying Xbox is everything now. Xbox is PC. Basically, Xbox is the whatever they're offering on their PC hybrid device, whatever they're offering on the ROG Ally. We can talk about Play Anywhere and Game Pass being the identifiers. Sure, fine. What if they pull Play Anywhere? Does that device stop being an Xbox device? I don't know, but Xbox is blatantly obvious. They've worked together with a ROG, a handheld device, called it an Xbox. That's it. It's an Xbox. Is it a gimped Xbox because it doesn't play Xbox games, console games natively? Sure, but it's still an Xbox. So what? Why are PlayStation guys calling something not an Xbox? It's like the PlayStation guys finally got authority to determine what an Xbox console is beyond Xbox themselves and beyond the Xbox fans. It's like,
I'm not interested in a fan.
Shut the fuck up, man. What the hell is this? Game Pass is unsustainable. Your Xbox device that's called an Xbox device that has a button for the Xbox device that can fucking play Xbox Play Anywhere. Game Pass is not an Xbox. What the fuck is going on, man? Stop listening to dumbass ponies, man. They're gonna talk shit. They're gonna talk shit. Of course, they're gonna try and downplay what Xbox is. They try to downplay an ABK. They try to downplay everything. They celebrate that Call of Duty, like getting shat on. They celebrate everything that Xbox does well, fails. Expedition 33 is on Game Pass. They were salty about that. I'm supporting the devs. Like, shut the fuck up, support the devs and go buy 3 copies of Concord News. Anyway.
I'm supporting the devs. Stupid. Microsoft gave them a bunch of money to come to Game Pass. I'm not interested in hearing the definitions, the personal definitions of fans that think that developers go to Game Pass for free. Hey, can you put your game in Game Pass? We could really use it. Oh, I guess so. Xbox, you asked nice enough. I'm not interested in that.
Bro, it's so dumb. Like, there's some... Sure, there's some arguments about... Look, Xbox is defining everything. I hated that this is Xbox ever because of just this whole... it was, for me, you capitulated. You completely just forsaked the Xbox console gamer as your primary audience. And for me, I'm one of the few, I swear to God, despite my console warring, despite my previous Xbox bias, I was one of the few motherfuckers who actually cared about competition. This idea
You don't even have an Xbox right now. You literally don't even own one.
I do. Look at this. What is this? Is this an Xbox anymore? Oh, it's one. Is that an Xbox? What is this shit? What is this dog shit?
It's unplugged though. Why don't you plug it in, you fraud?
Because it's shit. This is why. Why am I gonna play this when I've got this? I've got this freaking piece here. You want me to play this piece of shit toy?
Look at you with that.
That's what these consoles are. These are toys. Look at that, bro. The one fan has more power than this shit. Look at this. I'm holding it like a freaking grenade. I even bought the stupid 250 quid thing. I don't even know why.
You got the $400 1 terabyte drive.
Freaking shitty little drive. Paid 250 quid for that shit. How do you gigs on that?
Is this an Xbox? Huh? Wait, this is an Xbox, huh? Is it?
It might as well be. You could point that camera at a toilet and Jason Ronald would say that's an Xbox.
It's an Xbox. Yeah.
Oh my God. Existential questions of what is an Xbox is so dumb. So dumb. If they call it Xbox, it's an Xbox. Fucking deal with it. It's stupid.
Your mom is an Xbox. Yeah. Thanks so much, Sean Kramer, for the super chat. Thank you so much for the new Taiwan. I don't know what you call the currency. New Taiwan is what it's called. Thank you for the new Taiwan 70. Says, love Gaz and Colt together. My ADHD role models. Yes. I don't even know how I survive from day to day. I don't know. And when you and I on the show, nothing ever gets accomplished. It's the best. As you have to totally like revamp your whole.
This is why me and you work. This is why me and you work.
I
Because
told
we don't
you to
give
quit
a
your
shit.
job.
When I'm here with you, you won't play Mr. Nice Guy. I'll force you to be real, like you are on WhatsApp. That's the thing. When you're with Mag, you guys have this cross conversation. You don't even listen to you. Actually, that happens with us as well. You need this. Xbox community, you guys need this, you little echo chamber. Stop being...
Bro,
anyway,
there's 1 million podcasts in the community. There's like 1 million Xbox podcasts. You know, they have like
so jaded with the wider community. I'm not gonna lie. Everything. PlayStation podcasts are dead. All they do is talk about Xbox. Xbox guys are talking about the same shit and just say everything is okay. And I'm like, bro, just... And believe me, I have fought tooth and nail on the console wars since it was even a thing from the Sega days. The market is so sad the where it's at. But I'm just really jaded with the whole thing. I tune into podcasts and it's just deep throating. I was like, oh my God. Go on a PlayStation podcast and no, hold on, they're still crying about Xbox. Any clip you see of Mooch, he's crying about Game Pass and he's got the weirdest panel, biggest bunch of losers on there. I'm like, for fuck's sake, what the hell is this? Name me one good podcast where, you know, at least it's entertaining. Have some fun. Take the piss. Just freaking say something meaningful, for God's sake. But it's just stupid. I just hate it. Maybe I'm just getting jaded with the whole thing. I went on holiday, came back on Twitter, and the people crying about Silksong difficulty, this and that. You just see the same old bald-headed pricks crying about the same shit. I'm like, this is so dry now. At least I made it entertaining. So dry, so dead.
When you left the podcast, I think a year or so later, this Project Latitude thing happened, and there's this like Xbox refugee podcast audience, right? That we saw it. Like, we lost some of our viewers that were like, if it's not dyed in the wool Xbox, true Xbox console only. I saw a post from an Xbox podcast that said, come check out our show and our site. We actually play on Xbox. I want to say, you actually play on an Xbox? Like, what does that mean? And like, I would like to watch a show. I enjoy watching a show where someone's
cloud.
like,
it means everything. It takes a shit, but at this point, you're playing on Xbox.
I play on half on PC, half on Xbox. I'm playing Dying Light, The Beast on Xbox. I'm playing Borderlands 4 on PC. I play Death Stranding 2 on PlayStation. I've like split that across the board. And when we come sit down and talk about games, I can tell you about games, but it's like, we're an Xbox podcast and we only play on Xbox. I'm like, congratulations, but it's kind of insulting, isn't it? I don't know.
Not really. It's someone trying to grift towards getting that hardcore Xbox, because the Xbox community can really be supportive. If you really go hard, they more than PlayStation. Blaze 4K tells me this all the time. You can see it. They'll super chat. If you do an Echo Chamber podcast, they will be on there 24/7. But you have to suck the dick all the time, and I can't do that. There's no way.
Fawn says, Colt, you're contradicting yourself. You just said PCs and Xbox. Fonz, you're literally doing what the PlayStation guys do. You're literally like thinking there's only one thing, and it's a console. There's only one thing. And Fonz knows, because he has a PS5 Pro. He doesn't even use it yet. And he doesn't know when he will. Maybe GTA 6. We've known this for a long time. There is more than one place to play. And sometimes when I'm on my PC, it is an Xbox controller. I'm on the Xbox app. I'm on Xbox Live Party Chat, which never works. Hello, Jason, Ronald. Please fix the game bar. It's absolutely unacceptably atrocious. So, yeah, when I'm on my PC and I'm playing Xbox games, Xbox controller, Xbox Live, Game Pass, with the Xbox game bar, Party Chat, I'm on Xbox. So, but I'm not on Xbox console. And they're a console purist. Then in the community, guys, they're like, I only play on Xbox console. I'm a console purist. And I'm like, okay, congrats.
Well, maybe there's an appeal for someone who likes to play on the gimped console. It's fine. They can do that. They can do that.
Backhanded comment.
That's what consoles are. Let's be honest with you. The only thing that's exciting next gen is the Xbox device, because other than the PlayStation 6 what's the PlayStation 6 gonna do that's different? It's gonna have more power, and that's it. It's gonna have a handheld, that's it, which is gonna hold back the development like the Series S did. So, and that's it.
The PS6S.
Xbox is the only one that is tearing down the bat, and I know PlayStation guys are salty because of that fact. That an Xbox console, if you think, you little fucks, that the Xbox ROG Ally caused these people so much consternation, so much pain, can you imagine what the next Xbox will do? That will play Steam games and PlayStation games natively on the console. You will start to see them really cry about what is an Xbox. They're see the same shit over again.
They're so
they're gonna
pissed.
Cry all over again. And it's not an Xbox.
They're
like,
so
then,
pissed.
you can fucking cry about the definition of what an Xbox is, but they call it an Xbox. It's an Xbox device. It's the next console. It plays games natively, and it will freaking
play PlayStation games. Play PlayStation games. Like, literally, the Xbox ROG Ally X.
I'm tempted to just buy it for that one picture when I'm playing PlayStation games on the Xbox, and then
load up Spider-Man 2.
On my PC anyway.
Yeah. Stephen Jones keeps saying, we're finished, man. It's over, Colt. Sad to say. What's over? What's over?
The console war?
The singular flag wave of just a console? I don't get it. It's been really, really nice. Like, there's been like the friction of Project Latitude and fighting with you guys, like in you Gaz and Fonz about the changing shift and still covering Xbox news, but Xbox is bigger than it's ever been, and I'm way happier with the games than I was before. I wish they would have done this a long time ago, but I think Project Latitude happened because they couldn't get these games off the ground that we're finally seeing today. They couldn't. I mean, they canceled Perfect Dark. They literally got nothing done.
Fuck you! You canceled Perfect Dark. Go. This is why the moment they did that, I lost so much.
They had Daryl Gallagher. Yes, they had Daryl Gallagher, the guy that took Tomb Raider from polygonal boobs into a modern game that was incredible in 2013. They brought him on to revitalize Joanna Dark, and he's like, Drew Murray's letting his kid play the game tonight.
With Perfect Dark, the amount of absolute bullshit. And this is where that really pissed me off from the Xbox community. Like, what did you then want them to do? That this is a failed project. You're going to fund it for another 7 years? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe fucking do some oversight so you didn't end up in this problem in the first place, you pieces of shit. When I said, God knows, 4 years ago when Perfect Dark, I made a source video on it. In the same video where I was murking Colin Moriarty, I said, hold on a minute, they just started development? This is in 2018. Why is that happening? And the same people came at me, oh, well, you don't even know what it means. Oh, and then later on they find out it's an incubation studio. It all was intended for Crystal Dynamics to come in. And now what? Now, oh no, Xbox had to get rid of the fucking old because it's 7 years and we hired a quadruple A team that we couldn't sustain. You fucking idiots, you're so spineless, you little shits. I wanted Perfect Dark. They cancelled it. It's Xbox's fault. Stop sucking them off, you stupid, imbecilic, great supine protoplasmic invertebrate jelly. Fuck. I'm trying to find
the picture.
Of these dickheads, man.
I'm trying to find I have a picture somewhere of Fonz with a Burger King. He looks like the Burger King guy. Not that Burger King guy. It was way before that.
Which Burger King guy?
You know the Burger King mascot with the plastic face? I put Fonz's picture on it because when the Crystal Dynamics thing got announced, Fonz like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, it's over. And then I was like, Fonz, it's fine. Like they're just a 50-person team. They were meant to bring on a development studio to make the game. And then they couldn't even do anything. It was absolutely atrocious. And then Clobrel, a week ago, Clobrel was like, here's some concept art from Perfect Dark. I don't give a fudge about concept art. The game, it's
I don't know why he did that. Dude, it was like salted my wounds. I'm like, oh yeah,
dude,
just
it's
fist
worse.
me. At this point, just fist me.
It's worse than you could possibly imagine. It's not like, here's some in-game screenshots of the fighting game. It was like, here's some concept art before the game even came off the ground that completely got canceled. It would be one thing. He's like, here's some actual screenshots of the game. But those freaking paintings in Microsoft Paint. I mean, this is how down bad we are as Xbox fans with their studios. And it's like, here's some concept art for a game that's never going to see the light of day.
So what are we doing? What are we doing? And people still asking for Scalebound. I'm like, for fuck's sake, it's just like, this is what I come back to. This is what I come back to on Twitter. It's so shit. It's so shit. Oh my god. And then I'm on holiday and then I see some guy make AI porn out of freaking Jason Ronald kissing someone like Paris Lily or something. I'm like, what is going on?
It was Aaron Greenberg.
It was Aaron Greenberg. I'm like, this guy's using AI to make gay porn of freaking Paris Lily and freaking Aaron Greenberg. Where have I gone? I'm gonna go back to my holiday and just freaking, this is stupid.
You know, we've reached peak in our evolution as a species when we're using ChatGPT to make Aaron Greenberg and Paris have a little smooch. No, little smooch. Oh my days.
I reached out to Paris Lily and goes, yo, Paris Lily, man, I know you're having fun out there, but just to let you know, someone used AI to make gay porn out of you kissing Aaron. I was laughing so much, man. I was laughing at Paris Lily's reaction. I'm like, this guy's so sad.
I love how your opening line is, I know you're having fun out there in Gamescom, but smoochy smoochy. Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna miss this game for the console war, man.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, it was, hey, we've seen worse in the community. I've done worse. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you have. You actually did something worse.
Oh my gosh! I wish I think I deleted that picture of Fonz, but yeah, Fonz is amazing. We the funny we were talking about the Xbox Rogue Ally X, and Gaz just said, I just want to buy one just to piss off the PlayStation fans, and it's like that's a really expensive $1,000 FU, but I don't know how many of these they made, but
it's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
No, Fonz, I wasn't talking smack. Fonz is amazing because I made that meme of him as the Burger King guy because he was calling out the bullcrap about the initiative. No, it was in good faith because I agreed with you, bro. Anyway, I also have the old man yelling at the cloud thing that he doesn't like. But this is what we do. Yes, Fonz says, I was right. He was absolutely right. I remember the day that announced. I remember where I was. I was walking in my neighborhood with my wife when that announcement came to my phone, and Fonz was like, what the F? And he was right the whole time. So listen to Fonz. Except don't listen to Fonz about the ROG Ally X. But I don't know how many they made. I think the segment market for an Xbox handheld or an Asus handheld is probably pretty small. Like they plan to sell maybe 1 million over a year or so. But the provider on Microsoft and Xbox.com and Amazon completely sold out of the first shipment segment of pre-orders for the Xbox ROG Ally X. And I said this thing was, too much money. And people were like, it's dead on arrival at $1,000. But apparently it's selling decently well. But I mean, I don't know what the numbers are. I mean, what would your opinion be of it?
I would err on the side of caution when you are listening to that day one release, because it's well established that these companies will latch on to the scarcity principle, whereby they'll have very limited supplies in the first place, and you create or inject this idea of a demand whereby everything is sold out, so people will go in and just rush to buy something. Like what? So people generate, it's sold out. What's sold out? Or there's new Xbox handheld. Okay,
people automatically want one before when they didn't want one. Like they'll want one then.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's a long-established tactic. Nintendo does this all the time, even though Nintendo's massively popular. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
the first Connect, I didn't want one, but then when they were sold out, it's like I have to have it now. Stupid.
Yeah. I bought the Mario. They had Nintendo had a 3-in-1 old remasters of Mario, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and whatever. And I bought a few copies of those because I thought that's it. They were doing a limited edition run. They weren't going to print out. They weren't going to produce any more. That makes no sense. Like, why would they do that? It's Nintendo. But I bought multiple versions of them to sell them. But then I ended up wanting to give them away. I still got them here, 3 of them in this box somewhere. I think. Yeah, look. I've got 3 of these. I haven't even given them away. I've got 3 of these Mario Kart things. I need to do a giveaway or something, but they're here. I bought them because scarcity principle.
I don't give a flying crap.
I don't even know if they're sold out or not. I don't even know if they're sold out. I could make some money off them.
How many copies of Concord do you have back there?
Not 3, like Koala Boy. That weirdo. That's so fucking
Dude,
weird.
he tried to clap back at you, and you're like, this bro literally bought 3 copies of Concord.
Jez Corner was joking about me playing Roblox, and he's like, he's playing Roblox on his 5K PC, bitch. You have to suck so many dicks just to build my PC, you little broke piece of shit.
Dude, you'd have to make 374 videos about me to be able to build that PC.
So 4,000.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just scarcity principle. I wouldn't take too much.
I don't think it's a scarcity principle. I think they made very few units of this, knowing that the market was small. And
then there we go.
Asus wanted Microsoft to subsidy the console. Like, take on some of the brunt of this financial responsibility on this thing, and Xbox said, no, we're not going to. They injected their ergonomics and software support into the Asus ROG Ally, and they did that all as a, hey, good luck, I think. Maybe it would help the Asus ROG Ally sell better with the Xbox push behind it, but Microsoft would not help them subsidize the console. So I think they probably, people will say stupid numbers like 200 units, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know, in the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands maybe at the most. But we do know that the majority of the stock went to Best Buy and a small segment of the stock went to Microsoft and Amazon. But the Black X, the $1,000 one, is the one that sold out in those two storefronts. And you can still buy the white one, the less powerful one. Like, people aren't picking that one up. The people are jumping on, and the diehards are like, oh, that's the Xbox on. I got to put it on. I got to get it. It's on an Xbox logo. I got it. Let's love it. Just love it. That's how they sound.
What are you doing?
Like, you know, the guys that have like all the PlayStation posters, like PlayStation exclusive posters. They got the PlayStation pillows, PlayStation cup, PlayStation pajama pants, Tifa anime pillow. That's the whole thing. You've seen it time and time again. Yeah.
Yep. A few names come to mind. Love it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Love it. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not interested in that thing for that price. But somebody that works at Xbox said the Asus ROG Ally X without the Xbox from last year is $900 US. This one is $1,000. He says it's got better tech in it. It's got a new form factor. Why wouldn't it be $100 more? Sorry. Why wouldn't it be $100 more? Because it is $900 for the one last year or 2 years ago. $1,000 for this new one. Guess what? We had a whole conversation last week about the tariffs. I think the tariffs didn't really affect this thing at all. They wanted it to be this price. Come at me. Argue with me.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I think the prices, to me, it's like, I don't see this selling or having long-term legs. Yeah. I don't think it needs to anyway. Ultimately, they're going to have a myriad of different devices. So this is like a tester to test out that environment as well. And then you're starting to see whoever messaged you at Xbox, I'm imagine it's Jason Ronald, basically telling you that it's the glimpse into the next Xbox and that environment, which is fair enough. Hopefully that can play native games natively. That would be an L if it didn't. The next Xbox, that is.
The next Xbox chip will be able to play native console games, but not this one. That's why Richard Ledbetter doesn't like it being called an Xbox. But Richard needs to remember that Xbox stopped meaning just a console a long time ago. So that word needs to be used interchangeably, but no one wants to do it. They want to say, whenever the word Xbox is said, it's got to be the Xbox console.
Listen, people will... when they see the next Xbox console, this whole thing is going to just dwindle. Apart from the fanboys, they'll just have to reconcile by pretending the next Xbox. I mean, it sounds stupid to even say it. The next Xbox is not an Xbox because it plays PlayStation games. Yeah. But they've evolved. They've changed. And it is what it is.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Richard's confused, Jay. I didn't say that. I said he has to understand that when someone says the word Xbox, especially Xbox the console, Xbox the company, that they don't just mean the console. And Richard and people continually do this.
Shut up, you pony piece of shit. He's here now, just do the same thing on Twitter. He sucks off ponies. Shut up, Jay.
Just imagine this. That next generation console, guys, day one, you take that thing out of the box and plug it in. Day one, it can download some of PlayStation's best games, and you'll be able to play them with that brand new Xbox controller. Just imagine that.
For me, it's the Steam and PlayStation, or Steam games, which is PlayStation through Steam.
Yep.
That's the thing that I want a device. I'd actually more interested perhaps in the Steam one. But then again, if it plays native devices, I could play Lost Odyssey potentially natively on that as well as my Steam device. That is going to be enticing to me more than whatever PS6 is going to be. I mean, I will buy everything day one.
Well, guess what?
At the same time, what?
The PlayStation 6 will play fewer games than the next Xbox.
Yeah, absolutely it will.
Absolutely.
Xbox will have the whole PC library on top of it, man. It's a whole different... it's a PC and a console hybrid. That hybrid is amazing.
Until that goes to PC...
You have to be a fanboy to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Until that goes to PC. ADD. It's my fault. Yeah. Okay, now I'll say it. Until PC can play
until it
native
goes to
console.
PC.
I remember that one day, Red Wolf loves this. He goes back and listens to it all the time. That one day when I read a super chat twice on accident, and then I read it a third time on purpose, and you're like, you're
and you read it like you'd never read it before. I'm like, this prick doesn't even understand what he's saying right now.
Yeah,
he said it 3 times. That was so funny. That was amazing.
Oh,
this
yes.
is the ADHD podcast.
Yes, it is. It's bad. Yeah, the funny thing I was going to say is that until PC gets that, the Xbox console, the next one, will play more games than PC. Because it'll have all the PC games plus all the playable Xbox games, which is like 4,000 or 6,000 games. And PC can't do that right now. If it did, maybe I would only play on my PC. I would load up the Ezio collection on my PC, but I can't do that without rebuying them. So speaking of super chats, Hargeet says, Gaz, Hargeet says, thank you for the $2 super. He goes, Gaz, stop effing swearing. Funny coming from a guy who said about 19 F words in about 2 seconds about Mike.
Aimed at Mike Ybarra. Oh my God, he went in on Mike Ybarra, man. Poor guy. Mike Ybarra's probably seen that clip.
Oh, we didn't talk about, or did we? It's been so long. We were supposed to mute him. We were supposed to stop Hargeet from saying what he had to say. I think we did cover that.
Oh my God.
Did we cover
that? No, we didn't. We didn't talk about freaking Ybarra crying about the fact that this is the lack of professionalism.
We would never do this on my podcast. It's no longer on the air.
You chat so much shit, Ybarra. Just shut up, man. You're so fake with this shit. Stop virtue signaling and crying about it. You're so fucking fake. You're on freaking King Thrasher's podcast. King Thrasher's. I've been on King Thrasher's. I was there in the chat with you, and you're laughing it up. And the shit that gets said there is insane. Insane. It's probably why King Thrasher's channel got destroyed, because of the shit that he callously said.
Yeah.
Barring the N-word that just kept coming out of his mouth 1 trillion times. It was other
He's
shit
called
that
me that.
Saying. And
He's
you
called
were
me that
fucking
many
loving
times.
it then. You loved it then. And now you cry about professional. What, you think Fonzarelli's running IGN podcast? It's a podcast where people talk shit. At least we don't freaking try and suck off the fucking exec like Sean Layden and just sit there and go, oh, how did that work out for you, huh? Did that work out well? Where's What's Up fucking PlayStation podcast? It's fucking dead. Stop fucking crying. Stop being fake.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying, Ybarra. You just do this.
I gotta
fake
censor.
shit all
I gotta
the time.
censor Gaz. It's over. I can't allow this on
It's
my
so
podcast.
dumb. It's so I hate that. It's like
cannot allow
Ybarra
this.
seems like a nice guy, but he does so much of this dumb shit, like the fakery. You're like, oh my God, it's so bad. Like, and that's what killed him. And people are like, you're crying, but oh, why is PlayStation not sending us codes? All that dick sucking, you couldn't get any PlayStation codes. How does your professionalism help you there? Thuckery thuckatash. Yo, Kath, you're not monetizing this stream.
Yes, I cannot allow this libel or this slander or this language any longer on my podcast. Sir, you must leave.
This is months. This is a year and a half of me being sequestered and not being able to do anything because I had family around. I am free now. I can say the shit I want to say. So nice.
And you don't have to be in your car anymore. Your car is the worst acoustics. Yeah.
I was just screaming.
This
on
is
the
the
way
same.
on the
Now
space,
let's have a little personal argument here. This is the same guy. When I tweeted about all these developers losing their jobs, and I said we need to be grateful. You know, thoughts go out to the devs.
No, you
I'm
dumb
so
shit. No. I actually put this on the. I did this on the. I mentioned this exact thing that
I
you
know.
just said
I
in
know.
a space, and you wore a suit, and you're like, I'm so grateful I have a job here and there. I'm like, you dumb fuck. Why would you say that when people are losing the job? I know what your intention was. It just poorly framed. That's all it was.
No,
Jay-Barry.
They didn't like that I had a smile.
Ass.
Look, hold on. They didn't like that I had a smile. I wanted a picture of me on camera doing the YouTube stuff because I said I'm grateful that I have a job and I'm able to still do content. And my thoughts go out to the devs
What
who
a
lost
good
their
time
jobs.
to say when thoughts lost their jobs. What a perfect tweet. Well
The
done,
tweet
you
was
fucking
about
idiot.
them. The tweet was about them losing their job. The problem was that they didn't like was I was smiling in the picture, so it looked smug. But what I didn't do, tone deaf, dude. You know what?
It was tone deaf.
Let me be real for you for a minute. All joking aside, when I wrote that tweet, I was actually emotionally affected. I was like choking up because I was.
No, you
I
weren't.
stopped. Yes.
Stop. Now you're doing a Jay Barry.
Stop it. Hold on. You guys can make fun of me all of you want, but when I was writing that, I got emotional because I've been working from home. I've been able to do YouTube, and I was really feeling grateful that the world is going to crap, the tech industry, and people are losing their jobs, and it's been really, really bad. And I wrote that, but I grabbed a picture of me on camera where I was smiling. What I didn't do was get a picture of me where I went, like one guy did, right? Remember, he's like, oh, I'm just crying right now playing this game.
Black Viking? You're going after Black Viking for
I don't know who it was.
What's he gonna do with it? That's the wrong black guy. Are we talking about Jay Barry here? What the fuck are you coming at Black Viking for? No, man. Listen. Listen, Jay Barry, when you tweeted that, which is tone deaf, that's all it was. It was he came after you so much, like, oh, you're so fake. How dare you? People are losing their jobs and you post this and the shit. And then like the next week, Reforge Gaming basically celebrates the fact that Bungie people are getting sacked. He goes and basically admitted to it. And his friend Barry didn't say anything. I said, Barry, say something now. You were so concerned. You're so fake concerned over the devs. Well, say something now. He didn't say anything. He didn't even open his fucking trap. And now you're saying, hey, you hypocrite, doing the exact same thing. This is so unprofessional. What King Thrash is saying, if King Thrash, you could censor what King Thrash's podcast is like. It's basically... And that's all it is. And he was there loving it up. Because it's a place to stop the fakeness. It's bullshit. Bullshit.
Okay.
That's what I hate that. Sorry.
Fawn said I had to bring that up on the podcast, and I'd do it for Fawn's. I do anything for Fawn's because he's a good friend. But yeah. Let's shift gears. Let's just pull the e-brake and let's talk. I got to get your expertise on this. EA is bought out by a Saudi Arabian company, and I have no idea.
Shit.
I have no idea what this means, and I know that you'd be the perfect person. Habibi's me wildin'.
Oh shit, man! Oh man! Oh,
bro,
yeah,
what is good? First question. What is going to happen to Tosh from Dragon Age Veilguard? And go.
Yo, listen, man. Pronoun squad, you need to fucking watch out because the Arabs are gonna go. Yo, bro, Tosh is getting freaking. She's gonna pick a gender. She has no choice. Fucking Mass Effect. I don't know what's gonna happen there, bro. EA, all of them shit, man. Fucking, bro, you better fucking pick a gender because the Arabs are coming for you, man. There's no middle ground here, boy.
You better hit the like button if you guys are having a good time. I never ask, but please hit the like button if you're enjoying the show, if you're learning something, or if you're being like absolutely chanked in the backdoor Game Pass, PC, PlayStation. Yeah.
So basically, it's a Rob goes, this podcast is unhinged. This podcast is
Thank
more
you,
than
Rob, for the
unhinged.
super. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Rob. No, but so this is like the biggest, like one of the biggest all crash transactions But the problem with this is big 10 billion, I think, of it is being leveraged, which is basically like a loan. And when that happens, basically, it's a bit of a problem because in a buyout like this, I'm pulling up a tweet here because the leveraged buyout will be financed by a staggering $20 billion worth of debt, which likely means some aggressive cost cutting is ahead for EA in the coming months. And that's absolutely correct. We were talking about it in our Discord last week, on my Septic Source Discord, and we were like, what? So someone was asking me the exact same question. Gaz, what does this mean? And on the one hand, you could say it's a good thing because you get public shareholders, you got them away from that kind of scrutiny. But at the same time, the reality is a big thing is being like debt finance, basically getting a loan. What happens is companies will want to claw back their investment very quick. And that gives very little room often for risk taking within EA. Now, EA, what does that mean for BioWare? I think BioWare are fucked because BioWare are fucked anyway. They're so screwed. But if Mass Effect isn't the next Mass Effect isn't the big stellar hit that the original ones were, then they might get cut. You might see more FIFA. You might see more doubling down on loot boxes or monetization on FIFA and bullshit like that. So it's a problem potentially. It doesn't seem like it will be. The $20 million debt thing, I actually agree with Jason Schreier. We were saying the exact same thing in our Discord. Like, that alone is what people need to be focusing on, because that will put pressure on the EA to really recoup, and I think it'll be guided by that. The rest of it, the stuff that we joke about, the whole Saudis buying it and stuff, and the reason why I say F Colin Moriarty, because he's very basically xenophobic about this stuff about Arabs.
You're going to say it anyway.
Yeah, he's a racist piece of shit. But anyway, he does not like Arabs buying it, and basically he made some really awful tweets about loads of stuff. I've even got it here. This was in 2023. Says it's illegal to be gay in Saudi Arabia. Apostasy means execution. Women have few rights. He's talking about expired rhetoric here, by the way. They conduct mass beheadings. It's like bullshit. With Saudis investing heavily into games.
Wait, who wrote all this?
Colin Moriarty's tweet about Saudi buying in game. With the Saudi investing heavily into games, we need to confront both the horrors of their society and our own defecation of money, deification of money. Imagine this tweet. This is coming from Long Island Viper, who's a massive admitted pro-Zionist, talking about this show, getting on his moral grandstanding about Arabs buying it. That's why I said fuck Colin Moriarty. And that's why I think it's hilarious, that element of it. None of that shit matters. But there may be a real... Where the impact could happen, potentially, is a lot of the gay stuff. Not the gay stuff. A lot of the woke stuff, a lot of the trans stuff, a lot of that kind of ideology. I said a lot of the gay
happy
shit.
stuff.
No, but yeah, but a lot of that kind of stuff, which may be subject to some of the Saudi dispositions. But you have to understand, people don't realize this. Actually, Saudi
Does that
Arabia
stuff actually get control when they are invested in EA and BioWare? Like, are they really going to look at the game and characters and some of the topics or themes and go, no, we're not co-signing that? Or are they just going to sit there and just make sure it's making money?
But people don't realize that Saudi Arabia is really now very progressive. They've got freaking concerts and all sports, and they got WWE WrestleMania. You've seen that basically put on porn shows nowadays on WWE. You think they're gonna censor that? I don't think so. Saudi is really going super liberal, but people don't realize that. So I don't think that will happen. But one good thing that will happen for me, that Sweet Baby Inc. isn't going to be consulted on it. That for sure. They're cutting them out. Let them do their shit, but Sweet Baby Inc. don't. Hopefully that happens, because I don't think, irrespective of what your views on representation, this and that, I don't think Sweet Baby Inc. have been a positive force in trying to assimilate, different marginalized groups. in the manner in which they've dealt with this, or companies that have relied on Sweet Baby Inc.'s consultation, and you've seen the implementation in multiple games. It's just not been that good at the detriment of the art form. And I'm not just saying that inclusivity is wrong. I'm just saying the manner in which has been included into games. But with Saudi Arabia, that could be a thing. People are talking about, like, people at EA have been saying that, like, on the back, they're a bit worried about, some staff are worried about what that means for their games. I don't think Saudi will intervene that much.
I think they're more worried about layoffs than anything because of a $10 million deficit or a $10 million debt that EA currently is working on. And with EA, or with this Saudi Arabian company, which I didn't even write it down, with this company buying them, to solve the problem of the debt is they're going to be mass layoffs is what I don't know if Jason Schreier said anything about impending doom of mass layoffs and cutting down, because I know BioWare has already cut down to a core team that's working on Mass Effect 5 or whatever. But I don't know. What do you think about that with layoffs? That's probably the first thing that happens.
Yeah, man. I think that the layoffs could actually happen if they're really tightening up the ship. EA also sold for a particular reason. They may not have a really good internal audit or review of their own selves, so they've taken the lifeline from the Saudis, and this is a big deal. But, you know, I see chat in there saying Saudis are known for censorship. They might go ahead and be quite overzealous with their censorship, but it is what it is.
What games does EA currently, or what are they currently stewardship over? That you've got, Titanfall, Battlefield, right? Battlefield 6.
It's not really going to be a problem.
Which is not going to be a problem. It's going to do really well. And everyone who says that it's going to kill Call of Duty, it'll kill a good portion of some people. I think both of them are going to do really, really well this coming year, or this fall. What else does EA have? They had Split Fiction, a Game of the Year contender under EA. They've got the Star Wars Survivor or Jedi game, the Star Wars Jedi games, which are doing really well. Some of the other ones haven't. What can you think of? What other big franchises are going to be pushing along for EA, guys? Off the top of your head, Dead Space.
I can't. That's the thing. Like, Dead Space is dead.
They're not like anymore. Ubisoft or WB. I think EA has some pretty healthy franchises, right? I mean, they've had some. Veilguard was a big problem.
One that's coming in. Dragon Age Veilguard didn't exactly do that well. That's the kind of game you would say, well, hold on a minute, how's that going to be greenlit? Is it going to be censored to shit? Fair enough. What else? The new Mass Effect. Mass Effect, you know, had same-sex relationships and things like that. Could that potentially be a problem for Saudis? I don't know if they would intervene, but at the same time, I can see the Saudis getting, Saudi society has become very liberal now.
Doesn't Saudi Arabia get a different version of games occasionally? That
they could do that. They could do that.
Does that happen?
That stuff. Yeah. Well, it happens in movies. I think it also happens in some games where they, for instance, in Spider-Man 2, they got rid of all the gay flags, the pride flags everywhere, so they didn't have that. Which fair enough. If they can do that so that it's tailored for the region, I don't think that would harm anything. It might harm the integrity of actually the visual style of the developers. There's a valid concern there. But yeah, I don't know if there'll be that much of a problem. But I don't know. It remains to be seen. There are some challenges ahead, and I feel like there'll be a bit more hands off in that sense, but there will be more hands on in making sure there are some results in there. Thing is, with Saudis, you have to understand they get big money, and sometimes they can be quite hands off as well with it.
Yikes!
So,
I mean,
the Saudis are like, yeah.
I'm looking. They have Battlefield, which you mentioned, Mass Effect, Dragon Age. Dragon Age is dead. I think Dragon Age is done. We'll never see another Dragon Age. If we do, it'll be at least 10 to 15 years. They have The Sims, which does really well. They have Apex Legends, guys. They have
Apex Legends. Carry on. That's fine.
Need for Speed, which is
double down on that.
Yeah, Need for Speed, which I think is
Need for Speed. Arabs love their cars, bro. Then you can just get. You get Apex. You might get another Need for Speed.
Dude, remember that video of the guy? Remember the video of the Arab guy in in the Suburban, like on the beach, and he flips over and he flies out of the window.
Oh yeah, flies out. Yeah.
He's like, I'll be for life.
Bro, you can sell Need for Speed Saudi Arabia. That will be.
Hey, where's the guy from that's like, hey, moonwalk, do the Michael Jackson moonwalk. I love you. Where are those guys from? Dubai or something?
No, they're Saudi. I think they're Saudi.
Oh my gosh, those guys are hilarious.
They're brilliant.
Oh yeah.
But people focus on the Saudi element, which I think is hilarious. But considering all the shit that's going on. But yeah, look, I think the concern is the leveraging, the debt financing of it is a big concern. It's not like ABK. Microsoft has sat on that money. They could do whatever they want. They have started pushing. Well, I say that. How many freaking studios and games they've cancelled, but at the same time, the Compulsion games somehow, I don't know how, still exists. You've got Double Fine doing the next game, and I think you'll start to see a little bit. Ninja Theory are still there, despite the fact that I don't think.
How you feeling about anything? How you feeling about Keeper?
I don't know, man. It doesn't look like that special to me. But it might be something you have to play to really feel it. It could be something special.
Little Evil goes, Technologia.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. As well as getting smaller, in the West, they will cry about Saudi, rightly or wrongly, whilst being completely oblivious to what the companies and their own host nations will do. I've been privy to that, or observing that double standard for quite some time. At the same time, I'll be honest with you, what's the damage they could do? Because BioWare, for me, the first thing I thought about was BioWare. Before this was announced, every time I did a poll, every time I talked about Mass Effect, everyone just reached out, replied saying, it's dead. BioWare's dead. BioWare's finished. Don't even pin any hopes on Mass Effect. The original team is gone. And I feel inclined to agree, because I'm just holding out hope it will be good.
Some of the original people are there. The narrative director from the original trilogy is there working on the game. Mike Gamble, who has worked with the trilogy, is the creative director, I think, is still there. But yeah, I would hate for this. I don't know how long it takes for this buyout to start affecting things. If I remember, when Xbox bought Blizzard and Activision, it was like a month, and we started to see people losing their jobs and big shifts in leadership. But I would think that they would look at the reason why I was saying the franchises is like the franchises that stick out in this list of 20 are ones that are ongoing. Battlefield, Madden, which makes ton of money, Mass Effect, Apex Legends, Need for Speed, FIFA, which is one of the most profitable, popular games in the entire planet. I think it still is. And then the other games that you can't see here because I'm looking at it.
These will be fine. These will be fine. Barring Mass Effect, all of those will be fine. FIFA will be fine. Madden will be fine. Apex Legends will be absolutely fine. It's all that stuff. Absolutely fine. In terms of Saudis ain't touching that. That's the money. The money.
You think this company's going to sit there and go, let's see what they're doing. They're midway through development on Mass Effect 5. Let's see what happens. And after that, we make big decisions. I would hope. I wouldn't think they would axe it before.
Absolutely. That and the Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the Star Wars games, they'll maybe keep a keen eye on returns there. That's the ugly nature of that kind of debt financing. It just adds a lot more pressure for these companies to recoup their investment, and that's the big concern. And you can't escape that because of the nature of the buyout. The rest of it, I'll be interested to see. I'm not a big fan of Sweet Baby Inc. I'll be admittedly very biased because it's Saudi's Muslim country, and that I like to see that of it. If Sweet Baby Inc. was to get money,
I don't have to make decisions based on a country. I make a decision based off of purely of the games, and Sweet Baby Inc. has worked on tons of games.
They don't think it's benefited them. I'll be honest with you. Anytime they get involved, I get a little ick in my mouth. I'm like, not because it's like, they're adding gay stuff, or like, I'm not like that. I'm just thinking every time they add it, it's like is it a consultation process? Is it a checklist exercise?
Some of it
or is
is
it something concerted?
Some of it is. Some of it is like fact checking and stuff. But I've seen the name tied to games that I didn't enjoy, and so I kind of have to be leery about that as a consumer. That's just a regular, normal consumer, without even going into the deep weeds.
I'm a debaucherous character, man. I'm I'm a Muslim, but at the same time, I love to party. I do all sorts of stuff. I am no angel, especially when I came back from Vegas. I am no angel, far from it. So I can see both sides to it. The element of the good side, the conservative side of me is just like wants to see some meaningful changes, and ultimately, I don't want them to impact the art. And based on my understanding of the changing landscape there in Saudi Arabia, I don't think they'll be exclusionary. A big way to see how they handle this will be WWE, actually, funnily enough, the wrestling, and how they'll censor that stuff, because they go pretty, like, non-PC wild there with the women, like, with all their, like, the skin on display, and then their wrestling moves where they smack their ass into someone's face and stuff like that. If they carry on doing that and pro wrestling, yeah, you should see. My Twitter algorithm is full of now because of no, it's Alex and other people just wrestling stuff and just a bunch of women smacking each other's people's face into their ass. I'm like, this is basically softcore porn at this point.
And here I am watching baseball.
No, although I will say, let me say this, yeah. When I went to America, I loved America.
Say everything else.
I loved. Yeah, it's true. You know what, Colteastwood? I love you for that. No, you just let me say whatever I want. No one would do that. No one would do that. Everyone would complain. Dina complained about this.
I'm not Ybarra. I'm not going to censor people on my podcast.
You censor me. But yeah, so in terms of when I went to America, I went to a baseball game, and it was amazing. The atmosphere was amazing. Families with their kids. It's so good. It's I like the electricity
of the crowd, and it's just a beautiful
amazing.
Place. Yeah,
oh, such a nice, and everyone's it's amazing. But you know what? I like American sports. I've never been to a football game here in the UK, and I have no desire a soccer game here in the UK, even though I'm in London.
Soccer game.
Soccer. Yeah, because I hate the crowd. It's just all a bunch of, you want my fucking hell. And there's some racist chant here and there. And it was like, oh my God, this is not me. The crowd is so different. It's like, but in America, baseball as a sport is actually really fun to watch. And when it's between, I was going to say innings. Yeah, but in between the things, when the game is not being played, they have all this music and then it's even more fun because they've got cameras pointed at people doing some dumb shit. You've got some freaking mascot going crazy. Everyone's cracked out, and if you're danked, it's even more funny. And they're just like, "Yo, this is crazy."
I just went to a game 3 weeks ago with my brothers and my dad, and I saw the Angels game in California, and yeah, it's. I know people are like, oh, baseball, but I grew up, baseball was my life. Like, everything about it. When I was a young kid, when I was 8, I started playing baseball, played all the way through high school. And so when I go watch a game, it means a lot to me. And to hear a dude from the UK say, I had a good time at a baseball game, and you appreciated that is, really cool to hear. Absolutely, really,
really
cool.
Bro, the jerseys, the outfits. Bro, if I lived in America, I would love America. I would genuinely love America. I think I
told you to come here
so well with the people. Oh, man, I bought a law practice now. It's too late for me. I'm going to change my camera one sec.
Okay. Yeah, gas in the battery. We're not battery powered here on the XSC. I'm always plugged in at all times.
Xbox and batteries, man.
Yeah. Did you hear? There's actually a report that the next generation console on PlayStation is going to have a pop-out battery case. They're like, oh yeah, I guess Xbox is right all along.
That would be fucking hilarious. Oh my God, hope it happens.
You PlayStation guys love your AA batteries. Love it.
I want to talk about OD Knock because we talked about Forza Horizon 6. Actually, we didn't talk about it. It's going to be awesome. We don't really need to say anything, but OD Knock was shown, and I am so not interested in this game whatsoever. And you and Blaze 4K talked about it on your show. And Blaze was like, I'm not interested in games that are scary and where you can't protect yourself. So,
yeah,
I just, Hideo Kojima, I can only take so much. And I love Death Stranding 1 and 2. 1 more than 2. But this is just more of that. This is like only Hideo Kojima's weirdness without the combat. Or, you know, like, I just swear this game's not going to have combat. You're just going to interact and watch faces, and you're going to light little candles, and you're going to open doors. And it's some episodic thing. I was trying to write it in your chat when you were live. It's meant to be episodic. It's a series-driven thing. Stadia completely backed out of it. It feels like, we'll buy whatever no one wants. That's how I feel about OD Knock. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from with that. And I was listening to Weapon Wheel podcast yesterday, and BG was saying the same thing. BG was saying that he finds Hideo Kojima overly pretentious to the point where it's he's just relying on that kind of, we're doing something so awful. I want to transcend the medium by doing this. And I feel like there's definitely an element of that with Hideo Kojima. This kind of like, yeah, you could tell it's just being a little bit obnoxious or trying to be so, like, you know, a maverick with all this. And Odie seems to be kind of representative of that based on the trailer. But to me, I got excited because I saw it as a spiritual successor to PT. And PT alone as a demo was it caused so many waves as a demo because it was just like, it engrossed people. Now, if you've got Jordan Peele directing the other, because OD Knock is just...
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yes, OD is just the... OD, I don't know what it is, but it's got episodic stuff. OD Knock is one version. Jordan Peele's going to be directing the next. OD is going to be called OD something else. So then this just to be like, is it really a video game or is it a glorified TV? Yeah, exactly. What's it going to be? So I don't know how much of that is going to be a game. I will say this: the PlayStation equivalent of Hideo Kojima's PlayStation game is called Fizzant, which is a weird name to pronounce, but that's more like Metal Gear. And I think the PlayStation guys will have landed with a more game of a game from Hideo Kojima.
That's what's frustrating is Hideo's like, I'm going to make a conventional action game for PlayStation, and it's not going to be multi-project. Yeah, and then I'm going to do an art project experience like Project Mara Part 1. It just frustrates me because there are certain things about Hideo Kojima I really like, but there's a big chunk of it where I'm like, dude, you're just too... as Scooter says, he loves the smell of his own farts. I mean, the pretentious thing of like, Hideo, go make a movie. You would make an incredibly amazing movie. And your combat guys are good.
That's what OD is.
Yeah.
That's what OD is. It's his tester. He goes, Xbox guys are desperate to have me, so fuck it. Let me use this to shit out one of my weird ideas when I was high on DMT when freaking Jeff Keighley put that stuff in my ass. But at the same time, Fizzin will be the main game, and Hideo Kojima Productions are multi-plat. Their games are going to be everywhere, so you're going to find...
I mean, Fizzit's a long ways away. Like, it'll be toward the end of that next generation, you know.
Which is a long way away, yeah. So it's like, I'm excited based on the tonally. It looks really cool. Unreal Engine, again. How much of that is in-game, I don't know. He's always obsessed with babies, like, in a weird way, like Candle with a baby and a baby crying. And uses that kind of really unsettling voice. So it's funny that if what we think is correct, Hideo Kojima has supplanted what's it called, Konami really rawly. He's making his own freaking PT, and he's making his own Metal Gear. And he's even had like proper jabs with Death Stranding 2 with those Metal Gears looking
absolutely.
BTs.
Yeah.
And all sorts. It's weird. Like a
good like 25% of Death Stranding 2 was like, I get to do Metal Gear without Konami. F them, right?
He's doing a Death Stranding film, so that's a movie where just people walking around doing deliveries. But yeah, so yeah, it could be good. I don't know when we're going to see this. I'm interested to see the project, but I will understand people's reluctance to be wowed by Hideo Kojima. If they think he's being a little bit pretentious, I can start to see elements of that because people keep gassing him up. If Jeff Keighley keeps gassing him up as like this amazing, like once in a generation like artist in this space, I will get to your head. So then you will think, okay, hold on a minute. I can't just deliver a game. People are expecting me now to deliver something else. I'm this massive artist. So obviously that pressure plays off on you, and he's already made some outlandish statements, or he's going to make games after he dies because he's put a USB. He's got a USB with all these weird game ideas and stuff, and his legacy
he has what?
lives on.
Randy Pitchford's USB?
No. I'm not talking about illegal shit on your freaking USB.
Bro, it was magic research. I was doing research for magic.
What the hell, man? I don't know how he's not in jail, but okay. That's weird. Randy Pitchford is weird. At least he's not Randy Pitchford, and you know what? Thank God for that. So yeah, it's not for everyone. I'm looking forward to what that will be, but I'm not holding my breath. That's not keeping me up at night.
I respect I respect the PT thing. And I think you're probably right. And for people who were like, I loved PT, there were people that were selling their PS3 for $1,000 back in 2012 because they still had the PT demo on it, and it got automatically deleted when it got delisted. But some people, unplugged their PS3 and kept it on. That was a thing. They were put on eBay for $1,000. So if people are excited about what they see with OD, I'm like, awesome. But it's okay if I say it's not for me. It's totally those games. Like Outlast, they're totally not my thing. Even Resident Evil 7 was too much for me. I'm a wimp when it comes to I'm playing Dying Light the Beast. The Dying Light games are about as freaked out as I can deal with. I was playing in co-op with Dante last night. We were screaming and yelling and laughing our heads off and trying to save each other. Great stuff. Gaz, thank you so much for being on the show. I had so much fun. I'm like dripping in sweat. It's been amazing. Tell everybody you've been cooking up stuff behind the scenes. Get them excited. Get that synergy going for content to return with Septic Sauce. Tell them where to find you and what to look out for next, if you figured it out yet.
I have. Thank you so much. It was actually so much fun. So much fun on this podcast. Me and you always make memes. It's just cathartic. Just to unload on you, which sounds weird. I'm making a couple of it. I've been off the YouTube space for quite some time. While I'm back to making last 2 weeks, I've just started doing the podcast. Haven't made any videos in over nearly 2 months, but I've got really good videos set up. I've been building. Now that my house is free, one of my rooms, I've just got studio lights set up everywhere to do some really fancy stuff. So I can't wait to show you guys what I'm working on. It takes some time, but when it does it's all set up. The setup takes a while. Then you start to see content. That's certainly not lazy, is what I'll say. But hopefully you'll like it.
Never is.
YouTube's probably killed. I heard in August they introduced something that absolutely destroyed the algorithm. So you've seen loads of content creators, from even your Mighty Keefs to your Destin Legere and all of these guys.
What? Mighty Keefs even having problems?
Yeah, he said YouTube basically killed the algorithm or whatever. No one cared about it and all this shit. And that whatever the change they've made is really bad. They need to go back on it, because when you do a lot of work, like actual content creation and editing and stuff, it's a bit it can be horrible not to see your content getting hidden from your own subscribers. That's the problem. But yeah,
and I can't do it. I can't just phone in a video and say, let's put less effort in because of the algorithm is screwed up right now. I can't.
I can't do that. I'm actually doubling down. My view is my intent is to make sure when I make a video, people will be like, how the fuck did he do that? Or why did he spend so much? This is insane. And I'm doubling down on
you
my
do
editing.
Some edits in your videos where for 5 seconds you do this incredible thing, and I look at it and I'm like, I know what he went through for that 5 seconds, and it's going to go by somebody so fast. And I always message you, I'm like, bro, that micro edit or that one thing you did was so incredible. And you're like, oh, bro, I worked on that for 2 hours. And then the video gets 9 views. Bro,
some of my
Your last one did amazing.
Videos have got.
Your last one did amazing, right? What's it at? 25,000 or something?
Oh, that one, yeah, that was but that was the algorithm pushing the Helldiver stuff. Before that, I made I thought it was a really good video, but I was scathing, completely destroying the Xbox execs in that 1,500 views, and that I released it a day later when the Helldivers news dropped. Helldivers video, boom, 25K. And then after that, I got like 6K or something on another video, which had a really good skit. YouTube just kind of penalizes that kind of stuff. It doesn't reward quality more than the algo, which is disheartening. But at the same time, you can't just let it give up. And, you know, hopefully keep working. My consistency doesn't exist, which is why I'm working really hard to build a setup that can sustain week, at least one video a week. And it's really, it's going, like, I went back, watched my videos, I was like, this is shit, this is shit, this is shit.
Really?
Monologues suck, this is ass. Yeah, honestly, I can't look, some of my videos I can't watch back. I was like, ugh. It doesn't come out for how I planned it, but now I'm really going hard on what I'm going to do. Especially with Septic, the character that I did the rebrand for and I barely used other than a couple of videos. I'm going to bring him back in a big way because that was the intention, to have the dual character dichotomy. But
yeah. The whole this mask that he had in one or two videos, one of the wires broke on it, and you were like,
"Bro, that wire's so broken that the light, it was a triangle thing. That's fucking so hard. Oh my god, I paid a lot of money for that, but it is what it is. But yeah,
I put your channel in there.
My intention is to show everyone that this is how you make some things. So hopefully it'll come through. But it may not be for everyone.
Yeah, and I've got, it will. Everyone must watch. I've got your channel link in the chat for people to go hit the subscribe on. Go hit that sucker and check out his stuff. Check out his really old stuff and check out his current stuff. You'll freaking laugh your head off. There's some stuff in there that he gets arrested a couple times, and he's on the FBI watch list. It's great. But I've got a video ready for Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern, to cover an Xbox game and a really big reveal in there that I can't talk about until the embargo is up. So that video it's waiting and hidden on my channel. So Gaz, it's been awesome. I won't keep you any longer. It's 1 a.m. there in the UK and it's time for bed, and it's been an awesome show.
An amazing show. I loved it. And thank you so much for having me.
Okay, bro. We're going to get out of here. Go sub to Gaz and watch out for my video on Wednesday, and we will see you. Please don't clip this stuff. We said stuff that's going to get us thrown in a Turkish prison next to Zakir.
Clip it.
We're out of here. Hey, say it. I'm hitting the button.
I'm naked again.